Hi, I'm Linda Luca from hisandherbs.com. Today, I thought it might be fun to do a little cooking segment to show you how to work with leafy green vegetables. I've been hearing from so many of our customers that you want to include these foods in your diet because you know that they're so valuable and so packed with nutrients, you just don't know how to do them. So instead, you chicken out and you just buy leaf lettuce because you're just afraid to try to cook something that you're unfamiliar with. Well, I want to take the mystery out of collard greens today. And the technique that I'm using is so simple. You can use it for collard greens, mustard greens, turnip tops, carrot tops, radish tops, daikon tops. You can use it for kale, Swiss chard. It works for anything, but it also works for broccoli rabe, which is a really nice vegetable we like. It's kind of a traditional Italian food and we just love it. So today we're going to tackle the collard greens. So try to buy organic if you can. That's always best whenever organic is available. So these are organic collard greens. I have rinsed them off carefully. You want to make sure that you look at every leaf and rinse it off nicely. Sometimes, especially if they're organic, you might find a little critter hiding in there, a little worm or something, and that's okay. You just want to not eat that little critter. So rinse your leaves very carefully, and then what you want to do is cut off this thick stem. I like to call it the rump. Just the part at the very end because it's very dry and would be difficult to chew. But I do like to leave part of the stem on because that's got a lot of nutritional value and there's tons of fiber in the stem. So then what you want to do is take your collard green leaves and just line them up one on top of another. I'll do this one upside down because that's the way the stems are bent. And you just want to line them up like this, and you want to do this very simple roll like you're making a cigar. I'm not a French chef. I think this is called a chiffonade. You may think that I'm wrong, and I may be, but it's just like a cigar. And you just carefully want to slice off the ends and slice it all the way through. This is maybe an eighth of an inch slices, and slice it all the way until you get up to the top. Meanwhile, I have my cast iron pan heating because I want it to be nice and hot when I start the process. I have chopped already 2 cloves of garlic very finely, and my garlic is organic also. Okay, great. Now my leaves are all chopped. Here's my minced garlic. I'm just going to take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and cover my pan. A few blobs of it in there will be enough. The pan is hot, so I can put my garlic right in there. Come on, baby, get in there. Okay, and I just want to kind of zhush that around a little bit until what you can smell immediately is the infusion of the garlic oil into the olive oil. You'll get a very quick whiff of that, and you'll know it's starting to impart its flavor into that oil. That's what you want, because you want that great garlic flavor to be in these collard greens. So my pan was hot, and the garlic is starting to toast nicely. So I'm just going to come in and take my greens, and I'm going to raise my heat just a little bit. This works on an electric oven also, but I prefer to cook with gas. And I'm just going to smush them around in here and let them begin to wilt a little bit. We're not frying these. There's just a tiny little bit of olive oil to coat the pan to give us some flavor. And I'm just going to help them a little bit. You don't want to keep fussing with your greens. Let the stove do its trick. Let the heat cook them, because you want them to pick up the olive oil that has been scented with the garlic. That's going to be really important to make them taste really yummy. Okay, so while they're doing what they have to do, just going to twist them around a little bit. I'm going to show you a dressing that we love in our house. It's very simple. It gives these greens a little bit of an Asian flavor. I'm going to wipe this off right here. I always try to work with a clean cutting board. It makes your life a lot easier. I have a little bowl, and I have a whisk, and I'm going to put a little olive oil. Don't measure anything. Just put it in. Eyeball it. Look at it. This is maybe a tablespoon extra virgin olive oil. This is shoyu. It's sometimes called tamari. That's a very similar thing to shoyu. What it is a very nutritious version of soy sauce. It doesn't have high fructose corn syrup. It doesn't have any food coloring. It's made with whole wheat, soybeans, water. Occasionally there's some alcohol. This is an alcohol-free one, and it's a fermented condiment that is used often in Asian cooking, and we love it. So I'm putting a little bit of this in, maybe about a teaspoon, and And this is the sweetener that I'm using today. It's xylitol. Xylitol is a natural sweetener that is safe for diabetics. I want to repeat that. Xylitol is safe for diabetics. It's also fabulous for your teeth because it kills bacteria. So if you might be dealing with candida, this is a sweetener, probably the only sweetener that you should be using for a while if you're dealing with yeast overgrowth in your bodies. So Nature Sunshine has it. I buy it from Nature Sunshine. It's called Nature's Sweet Life Natural Xylitol, and you'll find it on our website. The name of it will be at the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to take about a teaspoon. This kind of looks like sugar and works like sugar, but it's not an unhealthy sweetener like sugar is. And I'm going to just mix this around really nicely. And I can smell the olive oil and the garlic coming together with these greens, so I want to just give them a little bit of attention, toss them a little bit, make sure that they're getting really nicely coated with the olive oil. Oh, it smells good. I can smell the pungency of the garlic. And as you're cooking your collard greens or any type of leafy green, you will notice a change in color. They will become a brighter green. And that's telling you these puppies are just about ready to roll. When you see them start to darken in color, you don't want to overcook them. You don't want them terribly soft. They'll be mushy and they'll lose their nutritional value. You really want to keep these pretty to the tooth, al dente if they were pasta. I'm going to take a little pinch of sea salt and coat them in the sea salt, spin them around a little bit until they pick up the sea salt. And I have to tell you, that's all there is to it. How long has this been? About 3 minutes? This is one of the quickest dishes you can make. You can eat these as a side dish. You can put them over rice. You can put them over pasta. You can saute onions and tomatoes and other vegetables in here and then put the whole thing over some great whole grain pasta. This is a quick, really, really quick, delicious and nutritious dish that you can make any day of the week. It doesn't take a lot of time, so even after a busy day, you can have a nice dinner. All right, I just want to put some of these on my plate, and I'm going to toss them with a little bit of my dressing. Whip it up a little more. Just drizzle them a little. Start around. Do you mind if I eat in front of you? I'm going to taste this because I think it's going to be yummy. And you'll have to tell me if I have greens in my teeth. At least I know it won't be spinach, huh? Here we go. They're a little bit crunchy. They're not overdone, but they're perfectly cooked. The seasoning is great. There's a little hint of sweetness from the xylitol and a little pungency, savory from the shoyu. And of course, olive oil is everybody's friend. I'm an Italian girl, so I love olive oil. This is a great, healthy and delicious side dish addition to any meal. Try to eat your leafy greens. Don't be afraid of them. If you have questions about leafy greens, you're not quite sure how to prepare them, and if you need more information than you got from me today, call me. My number's on the screen. Jill and I love you and thank God for you every day. God bless you. Bye.